Keith, very warm welcome to St Mirren for you. How excited are you for this opportunity?
Very excited, and that's what it is. It's an opportunity for me, a very good one, and something I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, just the Chief Operating Officer, that will be your title here. Can you talk us through what that role will entail for you?
Yeah, I think it's really to oversee all aspects of the football club and really helping drive it forward. I think it's a football club with fantastic potential. I grew up 5 minutes down the road, so I know the club, I know the potential it has, the fan base it has, and I know there's some very good people working within the club at the moment. So for me to come in and be a part and help really drive it forward is something that's so exciting for me, and something that I just can't wait to get started now.
Plenty of football experience for yourself, given your career as a football player and then assistant manager as well. What do you expect from this kind of role, and how different do you feel it's going to be?
Yeah, I think it is different, there's no doubt. I'm in the process of completing my Masters down in Manchester Metropolitan Uni in Sporting Directorship, and since I've been involved in that, it's my focus, if you like, and in terms of where my future lay, was more in a role like this. Something that I think suits my skill set, and something hopefully I can bring that to this job, a drive, an energy, and as I said at the start, something that in all levels of the club, and that's something that I'll need to learn as I go. I'm sure there'll be aspects of the job I'll have to learn as I go, out with the football department, if you like, but I'm willing to do that, and I'm hungry to do that, so really excited.
What was it that most appealed to you about that aspect of things? As I mentioned, you were an assistant manager at Motherwell, being on the training pitch every day, to make that move into a more office-based role.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a simple answer to that. As I said, once I started my Masters, and before that actually, it's just an aspect of the game that I always took an interest in at Motherwell. I always took an interest in not just the football side of things. I took an interest in the the strategy of the club, if you like, and the vision of the club at Motherwell. I was always involved in that to a certain extent. So it's something. The running of the club as a whole is always, as I said, been of interest to me. So when that, along with starting my studies, when an opportunity like this comes along, it's certainly something that, really, as I said, excited me, and something that I'm grateful for.
You're coming from a fan-owned club in Motherwell to another one here with the Spiza and Kibble partnership. How much do you think that experience of what you worked with at Motherwell with the Welsh Society will help you here? Yeah,
I hope so. As you say, I think two similar clubs in terms of size, in terms of what they stand for, and the fan ownership model is one that Motherwell are going through as well, or went through. So yeah, there is are a lot of parallels to be drawn there. And yeah, as I said, there's certainly a lot of good practice and a lot of good things that we did at Motherwell over the years, and hopefully I'll be able to bring some of those experiences across. What I'm conscious of, that every club's got their own story, every club's got their own history, and it's up to me to immerse myself in this football club, really get to know every day, get to know how it runs and how it ticks, and then do what I can to enhance that. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing, looking forward to getting to know everybody within the building, and the supporters, the local community, charitable trust, everybody connected with the club, and then, as I said, once I do that, be a part of that next step forward. You
mentioned their community. Obviously the town of Paisley means so much to St Mirren, and as I mentioned earlier on, Kibble, one of the major partners, a big Paisley institution. How important do you see that community aspect to a club like St Mirren?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Again, something I experienced at Motherwell in terms of how important a football club is to its community, is to its town, its city. And I know that's the case here at St Mirren as well. It's part of my job to enhance that, to connect that even more, that connection between, as you say, between the fantastic work that the Kibble do out in the community and within the football club. Our own supporter base, all the different demographics through that, from the young boys and through all the way through to the guys, the season ticket holders that have been supporting this club for many years. So what I wanted to try and do is connect all of those things together, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
I know you're just in first day, you'll be looking to get your feet under the table, but do you have any sort of long-term plans that you really are quite passionate about trying to implement here in your time here?
Well, I think you mentioned one of them, which is community. I mean, I think a club like this should be, sit at the very heart of its community, particularly during these tough times at the moment, the cost of living crisis. And I think, after COVID, obviously, as well, it's tough times, and I think a football club can really, galvanise a community, galvanise a town, as I say, a group of people all, supporting each other. And a football club, for me, should sit at the very heart of that. I want to try and push that, and obviously push the football side of it as well. And I think with the the new manager coming in, new staff, I think at a lot of levels throughout the club. There's exciting times ahead. I know there's some new signings coming in terms of players as well, and it's going to be my job to try and, as I say, knit everything together really, and try and push every department of the club, and that's what I'm determined to do. I'm hungry. I'm an ambitious guy myself. And this club is ambitious, and I want to try and help this club become a top 6 SPFL football club, and one that, as I said, sits at the very heart of Paisley and the local community.
You discussed the football aspects of things there as well. You'll be very aware of Stephen Robinson, having worked with him for so long at Motherwell. How close do you see that relationship working, and where do you see the link between yourself and him, and how much you'll have to work together over the coming years and months? Yeah,
it's obviously somebody I have got a really good relationship with. I know how professional and thorough he is, and I'm sure he'll do a fantastic job. In terms of our relationship moving forward, we want it to be close. I want it to be with every staff member in this building. As I said, there's some very, very good people here at all levels. But from a footballing sense, want to drive this club forward. I think the manager spoke about it already. His ambitions, as I said, to get into that top 6 and really produce a young, hungry, energetic team out in that pitch, so that the supporters can be really proud of. And I just want to try and help facilitate that as much as I can, and really give the manager as much as he needs, as much as I can, as much as is possible, to help deliver that.
Is it good for you coming into a club like this where the manager has those plans, and it seems to be closely aligned with the board and hopefully supporters, that everybody aims to be that top 6 club?
Yeah, I think so. As I said, certainly my experience in football, when you're successful is when you're together, and I think that's what I want to try and help achieve at this football club, that everybody's pulling in the one direction. From the academy, Alan heading up the academy, bringing some great young lads through that I know there's more in the system to come in these next 2-3 years. Through to the first team football department, through to, as we said, the community department, the charitable trust, all of these things, and really pull them together and pull in the one direction for St Mirren Football Club, because, as I said, in my experience, that's the only way that we can really punch above our weight, and probably compete against teams and clubs that are way beyond our budgets and things like that. But it's doable, it's achievable. And that's exactly what I'm here to try and help achieve. Just
lastly, this will be the first real opportunity you've had to speak to the supporters. Do you have a little message you would like to send to them?
Yeah, I just say I'm delighted to be here. First and foremost, I realise I worked for the man that I'm taking over from as well. Tony Fitzpatrick, an absolute legend of this football club, and it's a privilege to follow in his footsteps, to be perfectly honest. So, certainly be trying to do him proud. Certainly be trying to do the supporters proud, the people of Paisley and beyond, and all I can say to them that I will be working 24/7 to bring the very best to St Mirren, and hopefully help provide a team and a football club that they can be proud of.
Keith, good luck and thanks very much for your time.